afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ASID PA East Lunch and Live, take 3 for today. So we are coming to you today with our weekly chat with chapter members as well as industry partners. So this little chat gives you an opportunity to meet some new members that you might not already know or ones that you know and get to know them a little bit more in depth. Today we're going to be speaking with Stella Ludwig of Stella Ludwig Interiors, and she is a chapter member as well as co-chair of the 2020 AIDA Gala, which is our Interior Design Awards. So Stella will be joining us today, and after a little technical glitch, but as we said, this is completely informal. There I see her. So just before we bring her in, we'll get some people watching. And then we'll bring Stella in for our discussion today. Just as a reminder, tomorrow we have our We're All in This Together Ask the Experts webinar. That is registration required. Please note that Zoom only allows 100 people and we're getting very near close to that for registration. So I highly suggest that you either follow the link in the bio on our Instagram page here to register, or through our LinkedIn or our Facebook pages, or on our chapter's website under events. And make sure you register for that by tomorrow before the registration closes out. We have a fabulous panel with design members and industry partners, including Stella Ludwig, who's a fellow past president of the chapter at WPL Design. We have some fabulous members of the team from Meyer Design outside of Philadelphia, some members of the team from Floss Barber, and the industry partner representative for Maharam Textiles. So I'm going to bring Stella in right now, and we're going to with Stella, and here she comes. There she is. Hello.
Finally, we got it going. My God.
Welcome, Stella. How are you today?
I am better now. Thank you so much for your help. Oh, you are so awesome at this. Oh.
Well, thank you for joining us today. I was just, while everybody was coming on, reminding them to register for tomorrow's webinar. I think I saw that you had registered already. It's going to be a fabulous panel. As I mentioned, I can't think of the right word. Zoom only allows you to have about 100 people, and we're getting very close to that capacity. So everybody who's watching, please make sure you're going to register for that event tomorrow. It's going to be fabulous. So today we have the glorious and fabulous Stella Ludwig of Stella Ludwig Interiors. Stella's like my go-to when I'm freaking out about something, especially items related. I'm like, Stella! So Stella is a member of our chapter here. She is also co-chair of the AIDA Gala, which we will cross our fingers. We are having in October. We're crossing our fingers.
That's right. Positive energy. That's
crossing our fingers. So we'll see how it goes. But Stella's going to join us today. We're going to have a little informal chat. She gave me some cool tidbits about herself that she's going to share with you guys today as well. So Stella, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, you know, where you started out, where you're from, and just kind of give everybody a little insight into the fabulousness that is Stella.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all. And hello to everyone. I wish I could hug you. I'm a hugger. I'm Colombian, first of all, interior designer, residential interior designer here in Center City, Philadelphia, for those who don't know. I was born in Colombia, South America, which is, that in a nutshell says it all. I speak with my hands. I hug a little too tight. I kiss with passion. I'm your friend with passion. I do everything with passion.
Yes, you do.
So yes, and I love to be called Stella. So I love when you called me and you said, Stella, I need you. So I'm here for you.
We usually do that when she walks into her room. So
you are sweet. You are sweet. So what can I say? What else can I tell you?
Well, definitely, like, tell us how you got, you were telling me how you got your start into interior design and how that progressed. A lot of people do go to school, like, right out of the bat for interior design, but for a lot of people, it is a second profession
Right.
that they go to after, delving into a bunch of different things. But you come from a completely, like, 180 of the creative design aspect, so tell us, everybody, a little bit about that.
Completely 180. So as anyone who is graduating from high school, you don't know what are you doing. And somebody said, why don't you study economics? And I'm like, I'm bad with money. I should study economics. I went in for that class and I'm like, what am I doing here? So I said, no, this is not for me. I'm going to keep on thinking and waiting for a little while to see what I'm going to do. And I ended up, actually, I had always been in the fashion and design industry and textile industry, mainly because of my mom. But I found a job that it was the ideal job where I could learn anything about all the different facets of fashion. And I had the best boss ever. And he said, Stella, I bet we can sell more if you put on the dresses and we show it to all the places that we used to sell the fashion dresses. So I said, I'll tell you what, you pay for this fashion modeling school and I will do that. So sure enough, I went into modeling school just to learn how to show dresses. And we went all over the country showing all the stores at that time how to best sell the products that we were selling. So in no time, he was training me to be a sales rep. And I knew how to what the difference was before cotton and silk since I was very young. So that was my first passion. And then I came to America and I decided, no, you know what? I'm going to go for marketing and human resources. Then I said, oh, that's it. This is what I need so that I can continue to do other things in life or make money and get a job.
That's true.
So yeah, so once I got out, I said, go. Let's go for my interior international business degree and my master's. And I realized that I had lost my passion for what I was doing. And so I took a little time and decided that, I needed to rediscover all my passions. And that took me and my husband to travel to Asia, of all places.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we were expats in Asia, in Bangkok, to be exact, for almost a year. And while we traveled all over Asia, we went to Australia, we went to China and Hong Kong. We went so many places. And it was when I got to Singapore that I was enchanted by the culture. And I found this little book that inspired me and told me about the psychology of design. And that was the boom. This is what I want to do.
That was your moment.
That was my moment. I really want to look into my other passions. Since I was young, I was just moving one room to the next and helping my mom and doing things. And I said, I'm really good at this. I can be better. So I went back to school, took more courses and went into it and never looked back. So I love what I do. I am passionate about it. And I do put my passion in every detail of every project that we do.
You do, yeah. Absolutely, yes. So why don't you tell a little bit of everybody about, some of the cool projects you've been working on lately, and has anything been affected by that? What's going on, right? I mean, everything's been affected. That's,
Well, gosh, like everyone else, we went, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Everything's going to shut down. So great, I can, binge watch Netflix. I haven't been able to do this in a long time. Oh my gosh. So there was a little bit of, and then, this is good. So I had recently, for those who don't know, I had recently sold my house and downsized. So my house and my family were so grateful that they could have me at home, opening boxes. And that was my first project, putting together the library, only by necessity. Of course, I needed to do Zoom meetings. So there's a TV. How do I fix that glare on the TV? Well, I had to put wallpaper on top of it. Be creative. What do? We
Yeah,
create,
exactly.
right? So that was a little challenging. But since we had a little time to know that this was going to happen, we prepared as much as we could. So my poor clients were running. We were probably at the design showrooms almost every day for the last 2 weeks before we shut down. My poor client was going from one showroom to another showroom. Sit over here. She doesn't like it. Go to the other one. And everyone in the showrooms. I mean, how lucky we are in this industry that we get so much help from everyone. I mean, how sweet is Marilyn at Cravat and Kurt? I mean, they were there. I felt like Pretty Woman in the room shopping for clothes. And I was like, how about that one? How about the sample? How about the sample? They gave me the samples that I needed to go back. And we have been so lucky and so blessed that one of the projects said, shut down. We cannot do this right now. And that was great because the other big project got moving and going and going. And with all the samples that we got, all the help that we got, I mean, just to mention a few other, I have so many people that have been so helpful. Chris Tyre from Fabricat. What do you need, Stella? Let me show you my library. She opened her house, her home library, and we were literally in Zoom for like 45 minutes to an hour or even more, going over all the samples. And I was like, that's it, that's the one, send it to me. So we have been really blessed. We have been busy with this particular project, finishing the other ones because we couldn't do anything. We just had to sit and wait. So luckily, we have been able to finish. We have been going. As soon as we got the go, you can slowly open up. We had the painter inside the house by himself painting from all these weeks and months. And that allowed us to keep on going. And we just kept on going. Then we got the next one and we got the next one. Really, I feel so grateful and so thankful to be in this industry because everyone is so kind and so nice. The showrooms, I mean, Croce's showroom has still been open. They are a family-owned showroom and they have been just so helpful. So, yes, Stella, what do you need? How many you need? I don't have that one. Is discontinued. I'm going to send you a whole bunch that are going to work for you. And everyone, sweet Mary, oh gosh, I'm forgetting her name.
Are you thinking of Natalie?
I'm thinking of Natalie. I'm thinking of, oh my God, Rebecca, Kimberly, Chris Tyre, Carolyn Mayer. So sweet. Even calling me on a Saturday morning. I know what you need, Stella. I got you. I'll send them. I put them in the mail on Monday. And let me tell you, those samples were here just in time to make decisions. And these amazing clients. Talk about ideal clients. They make decisions. You got it. That's it. We love it. That's it. Are you sure you don't want to see more samples? That's the one. We love it. So yeah, we have been really busy. And of course, also busy trying to learn how to use these technologies that we had to use now. So it has been an education, to say the least.
Oh, it definitely has. You know, I was just communications director. Let's send out social media. Let's send out e-blast. We have now upgraded to a YouTube channel.
You have been amazing.
A Zoom account where we're now doing registration for webinars. You know, and I thought the hardest challenge was setting up the Eventbrite for the ITIS, which don't ask how that one, that you know.
Of course.
But
I know everything that's going on.
Yeah. So, you know, it's very interesting. And what I found is I think people, you know, going into presentations now, like reps and others, or if you're presenting to your clients, and before somebody would be like, okay, what's taking so long? Why can't you get this to work? Like, you should know what you're doing. And I think everybody gets it now. It's going to be like, okay, we get you're having an issue. We're not worried. You know, when it gets going, it's okay. We've got nowhere to go at the moment. That's my little tagline right now.
That's it.
You know, somebody will be like, oh, I'll get it. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. You know,
right.
I'm like, you don't have to rush. It's okay. I'm like,
that's one of the most amazing things that I believe is happening right now. The people are so patient. They are so understanding. They know that we are all in this together. There is no blaming here. It's not because we don't want to or because we are sleeping on our, you know, laurels, as people say. We are getting it done, but we are getting it done at a different pace that we used to do it before. So I feel, and I'm a very positive person, and I feel that once we come out of this, we are going to come out being so much kinder with one another, and hopefully much more kinder to our planet too, you know. So kudos to you, because you learned so quickly, you got us going, you have built it up on everything that we needed. We're learning from you. I cannot learn fast enough. This is too much for me, but we are little.
I think that's the only thing people are rushing, is how to learn how to do all this stuff fast enough, you know, because it's like, oh, we want to hop on and you know, and so forth. I mean, we even had a fabulous little Zoom happy hour on Friday night. Wasn't that fabulous? We did a what did we call it? The 2020 Ida's cocktail hour. Wasn't happy hour, because the Ida's were supposed to be on Friday. This past Friday, and we would all been dressed up and fabulous in 86-degree weather. So I'm kind of okay with that tidbit that we did. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was the weather I had wanted and envisioned, minus the 86 degrees. If it had been like 76, I probably would have been okay. But I was like, we all would have, you know, died being all dressed up that, you know, with it that hot. But I mean, the weather was perfect, not a cloud in the sky. I'm like, that would have been great. But we'll see how it goes, you know, for October. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the Ida Gala? You know, not giving everything away. You know, like some of the fun things we have planned for that. You know, as co-chair of the gala. So Stella's the right hand, so I don't lose my.
Kim, you know that I do know that I say too much sometimes. So yeah, it's been so exciting. The colors, all the drama, and the decoration behind the scenes is going to be beautiful. We have a fantastic speaker. I think she's going to be amazing. You have been so instrumental on picking all those details, and we're designers. We're all about details. So we're all about mixing what is it that is going to make it look fabulous and wonderful.
I think we've driven Temple University nuts with that, but
for sure, it's going to look fantastic. I think it's going to be great. I really hope that we come out of this and we can definitely have our event live in person, not a Zoom event. It's the one time that we get to see a lot of designers that we don't get to see on the daily basis, or we don't run into each other at the design center as often. And it's so great to be able to just be together, collaborate, and hug each other and have our drinks and have fun, because we work so hard on a daily basis, and we can have a little fun once a year, once every 2 years.
It takes out. If people don't realize the IDAs, some design organizations, other ones I'm part of as well, and a lot of other ASID chapters do their design awards every year. And what we've found, and how our chapter has instituted this, is that the IDAs, which is the Interior Design Awards for the Philadelphia region, is held every 2 years, because by the time you start a project, it comes to fruition, it's installed, especially commercial design projects. It can be a 2-3 year cycle, if not more. So the reason behind us doing that is that not everybody might have a project that they want to enter into the competition in that cycle. So we allow that so people have more opportunity to enter each year. And this year we had an astounding number of entries. We had almost 150 entries. So almost 60 more entries than 2 years ago. Absolutely crazy. And the really interesting thing we all learned on Friday night was that the winners will not be announced until the itis. We changed that up this year to kind of make
so
it
painful.
What was it like? What you Stella said, the Golden Globes of the itis,
Right.
you know, of the design award.
We're gonna have a red carpet.
Yes, we have a red carpet, kind of like a red carpet. Yes, thank you, Avalon Flooring, for our runway carpet. But it's a different color than red, but it's
right.
So what we found out from Christine DeHart, who is our competition chair, is that the best of commercial interior design winner had a perfect score. So that's something we can tell you. We can't tell you who won. Christine's the only one who knows.
That was awesome. Right.
That's it.
That's fantastic.
So I think that's just really cool, you know, that we have this, you know, influx of such fabulous entries from residential to commercial interiors, you know, and that's what I think makes ASID so great, is that we are all encompassing of the different sectors of interior design. We're not just commercial, we're not just residential, we're commercial, we're, you know, and in that spectrum, there's healthcare, there's hospitality, there is educational design.
So inclusive. It's
so all the different sectors of that workplace design, as well as residential. We're all encompassing, and I think that's what makes ASID so great, is that you have such a diverse group of people in the design industry. So yeah, so why don't you tell everybody, because it seems that we have a very similar story of how we got more involved into ASID. Now, I've been a member for 15 years now, and I left for a little bit, probably in 2008, when everything kind of like started to happen and change at that point. But became more active almost 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. But why don't you tell everybody how you became more active in the chapter?
So I think I was always active in all the different events, that as many as I could attend, I always went to, because the classes are amazing. So I didn't join, I believe, for maybe 4, 5, 6 years. I can't remember exactly. And of course, Linda and Kathy and everyone was like, you have to join. And Maria, as I used to call her, Viola, the whole time. Maria also, you need to join, you know. And it wasn't until I took a class with our special, lovely friend, Dean, how do you say his name? Dean Propovic.
Trust me, it took a while to get that out. It was typing emails to him every day.
So, of course, we took a fantastic class about the the psychology of design. And, of course, he's, you need to come, and you need to join, and you need to be more involved. Why don't you come and help me with the IDAs? And, of course, we were preparing at that time for the 2018 IDAs, and Maria was also checking on me. Hey, Stella, can you become a little more involved? This is great. You should do it. And of course, I'm like, no, thank you. Dean already got me involved. So yeah, of course, who says no to Dean, right?
Yes, nobody can say no to Dean. Dean, for those who are not aware, is our past president. The year before me. So Paul's president now. Deidre, is our president-elect. Paul Nye is our president right now. I was president last fiscal year, and I took over for Eric Eleon, who was our president till he unfortunately moved, but is living his life in Miami right now. And
we hate him.
Before that, Dean was our president. So Dean is very good at getting people to things. I went to a Sips and Spaces, and the next thing I knew, I was on the board. I don't know how that happened.
I know.
That's why I don't drink anymore, because I had a drink that night. And next thing I know, he was like, oh, you're going to be on the board. I'm like, okay. So, because I wanted to become more active. But, definitely tell people what you find your benefit of, ASID to be for you. Especially, like you said, you weren't a member for a while, but then you became one. So
So I think the one of the best things once you join is that you feel that you need to really be more involved with the association, and once you start doing that, you really get to know so many things that you would have probably not if you were not involved. Resources, you get to know all incredible, these talented designers like you and so many others, and you know, you are not alone. It takes a village to do everything. I really think so, and believe it. And when you have those questions that you didn't learn that in school, and it could be something as small as a program that other designers are using, and you just want to know how is that working for you, and you actually have a number of a nice interior designer that you know is going to pick up the phone for you and say, oh yeah, we've been using that, this is how it's working for us. Or they can call you and said, what are you using for this, you know, particular thing. So for me has been the resources. I mean, meeting all these reps and getting to know them and collaborating with them in for the projects that we have. They're there for us, and we are in business thanks to them, and they are and vice versa, I think. So just having those resources has been so important to me.
Yeah,
It really makes
I
a difference.
definitely. And then you also have your support system of the other members
Right.
in your chapter as well. So
Right. And just to know that you can always just click in and say, hey, guys, is there anything that you can do to help me? And it's so helpful. And just meeting with other designers, you can in a just casual conversation, you can say, hey, I need this. Do you know of anybody, or do you know of anyone who can be interested on that could help me? And immediately people say, oh yeah, I know somebody, why don't you call that person, what do you know? It's such a great resource, and for me it has been fantastic. I am so grateful that I joined, and sometimes I said, oh, I'm not doing this again next year, and then you realize that it's fun.
yeah, it is. Yeah, you agree. I mean, there are members of our chapter that have been members for 45 years, you know,
I
and these
know.
people are not just colleagues. They've, you know, they're lifelong friends, you know,
Correct.
some of these members, you know, so it's definitely, you know, the relationships you gain is an
Correct.
extreme, you know, benefit. So, you know, students that are watching, start now.
Right.
They always say it's who you know, not what you know.
It
And
makes a difference. It really
it
makes a
definitely
difference.
makes a difference. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. So, Stella, why don't you tell everybody a fun little tidbit about yourself that somebody might not know, you know, in regards to maybe like your traveling or your that you shared with me earlier,
Oh gosh.
your love of nature.
Ah, I am known for definitely traveling and liking good, tasteful, elegant, beautiful things. But I'm also known for liking and loving nature, and especially the colors of nature. But I absolutely hate camping. Don't you dare
No, I know.
talk to me about camping.
Nope.
5-star, 4-star hotel here.
Yep. Nope. Mm-mm.
That will be ideal. Talk to me about the
I'll go
hotels we
walk
have
around in
stayed
it.
in.
Yep, but nope. Not staying in it. Not
And
happening.
I will be happy to talk to you about all good hotels and all. I love traveling, and that's my passion after other passions that I have. I do love dancing. I am not so good at all dancings and types of dancing, but I love singing, only in the shower though. That says I sing with passion. That means with my heart, and horrible come out.
No, that's fabulous. Now, where would be the first place you go? That when you're comfortable and safe to travel, where would be the first place you go?
Well, it's funny you said that because my husband is always going back to Italy because he absolutely loves it. And I always said, there are other places more than Italy. And of course, now is we can go. And he was supposed to go back with one of our sons. And so for me is where have I not been that I can go and get to know and explore everything that is new is it just makes me just tickle. And I have not been to Amsterdam, and I always wanted to go. Hawaii is on the top of my list.
You haven't been to Hawaii?
Believe it or not, I know. I will be there.
Well, you can't go now because they're like shutting down Hawaii to any tourism once they said, nope, don't come here. We're an island. Nope.
So Bali is right on top of my list too,
okay, that's
course.
a good one.
So yeah, so I mean, any places that I haven't been to is to me exciting and something that really recharges me.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we end for today, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what type of interiors you do for your clients, a little bit more in depth, as well as what some of the services you offer for your clientele, and where they can find you online.
Sure. So we're mainly an residential interior design firm. We're based in Center City, Philadelphia, but we go to the suburbs and every place else. I have done a couple of places in Florida, one place in Florida, and a couple of places in Colombia and Ecuador. But I based in Philadelphia. info@stellaludwig.com is my email, but you can also go onto my website, www.stellaludwig.com, and check out my videos, check out my information, and be inspired.
Fabulous. Well, thank you, Stella, for joining us today. You can catch her on her Instagram, which she's joining us through today. And really funny, I've just got a notification on my screen to watch our Luncheon Live. Well, we're on it right now. Gotta love modern technology. Notification to watch what we're doing right now. So yeah, so everybody, just so you know, after we do our Luncheon Lives, they are posted within a week. I do have a job, and I still have to do my job during the day. And we post our Luncheon Lives to our YouTube channel, which is the ASID PA East chapter. So we're posting those there for everybody. So again, a reminder to sign up and register for our webinar tomorrow. Again, you can find the link to the registration under professional development webinars on our Instagram bio link. And make sure, because there might not be room by the start of it at noon tomorrow.
And it's so upsetting when you don't find a space. I've been there before. Yeah. So please, guys, go sign in. Thank you, sweet Caroline.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Stella, for joining us. Third time was the charm.
Sending hugs, that's it.
Sending hugs to you too. Yes, and I have to say, Stella is one you can tell she comes from a background with fashion, in the fashion industry, because when Stella is always dressed to the nines, and I think that's extremely important when we're working with our clientele. I've always believed that if your client can't tell, if you can't put yourself together, how are the clients going to think you're going to be able to put your project in your home together? So I think that presentation you put forth of yourself is extremely important. And that's something people should be aware of course, right now. Everybody's kind of just thinking from the waist up, of their attires, high.
We're guilty of it, all of us.
Right now. And I never wear jeans for work at all. But, right now, nobody knows.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah,
so,
all you students out there, just make sure that you are presentable, that you work on yourself so that people can look at your image and know that they are going to hire you and work with you, and they are going to be in good hands. And then after that, you can wear the flats.
Yes, exactly. Yes. This tells you something. Stella is always so dressed up wearing heels when she's out about in public that she came to an item meeting one day, and we see this person walk by the Dow tile room window, and we're like, wait, okay, Stella's on her way. And Stella's always usually shown, right, she's out and about right when the meeting starts. And we see this person, and we think, who's coming into the showroom? And she was in, sneakers and jeans. And we were like, who is this person? I was utterly floored. I'm like, that's Stella, and it still sticks to me this day.
You gotta work it when you need to work, and you need to walk, and you gotta do the job. You
Yes,
put
I
on
think
the
that
right
was the day
shoes.
that you were having you and Angela were setting up the office or one of the floors, you know. Exactly. But thank you again for everybody for attending.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Stella,
Angela.
for joining us today. Check out our Instagram live next week with Cara Perry, who is our Kohler / Weinstein / Sudoku representative
Awesome.
for the area. And we will see you guys all on the webinar tomorrow. Have a great day.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks.
Hugging
Bye.
kisses. Bye.